Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. No thank you, the ocean. We don't know what's in there, and we shouldn't find out. The ocean, we all learn about it. So let's say what we actually know about the ocean. It's big, right?
Yeah.
It covers about 71% of the Earth's surface. 96.5% of the Earth's water is in the ocean, which is basically a monopoly. We should be concerned about that. It's wet. 100% of the ocean is wet at any given time. Dangerous? The ocean kills millions of people per period of time.
That's
Yes?
true.
Oh my God, he's right.
That's definitely true. I looked that up.
He's right.
Salty? All the ocean that we have been able to test is salty, but there's so much ocean that it's actually impossible to know for sure. Undefeated in combat. Every single thing that we have done or tried to do to the ocean has failed. Whether we try to take its salt with our desalinization plants, whether we try to freeze it by throwing big icebergs into it, whether we try to vaporize it by heating up the planet, the ocean gets bigger and bigger and more powerful.
Yeah.
In fact, there is only one party that has been partially successful at hurting the ocean, and that is the moon. This is, of course, our ally because we put a flag in it. It's unclear exactly what permanent damage the moon has been able to do to the ocean, so again, we're not quite sure. Let's say what we don't know about the ocean, which is basically, what the hell is down there?
Yeah.
Now, everything that is in the ocean can be comprised into three categories. We got fish, we got trash, and we have horrible mystery.
Oh.
And this graph is actually not quite accurate because there is way more horrible mystery, percentage-wise, than there is fish and trash. Let's talk about fish. We got lots of fish in there. Some we eat, some would like to eat us. Some look like snakes, some are mammals pretending to be fish, which is baffling. Now, the deeper that you get in the ocean, the more fucked up the fish get.
Yes.
Yes,
top?
absolutely.
Yeah, at the top we got normal fish. They're honestly kind of weird, but like, as far as fish go, fine. You start to get deep, fish get kind of fucked.
Yes.
You get really deep, the fish get unfathomably fucked. They start to become what I like to call nightmare fish.
I hate these.
Look at this fucker right here.
What is that?
You can see all of his bones and his organs. This one looks like Batman Nightmare. Every single one of these things is a horror show. Every once in a while, something will wash up on shore. It's always something that we've never seen before, and we don't know what it is, and it's always a straight-up horror show. These I like to call deep monsters. These are somehow worse than the ones before. Now, there is one exception, and that is, of course, reefs.
Reefs.
Yes.
Your applause could not be more misplaced. Now, reefs.
What the fuck? I'm trying to support you.
Hey.
No, I don't apologize.
Now, clearly, the ocean loves reefs, right? Because reefs are bright and beautiful. Unfortunately, some of the most fucked up fish inhabit reefs. Reefs got little fish that are rocks with tongues. Reefs got little fish that are snakes. Reefs got fish that, when you cut them in half, turn into two fish. All of these creatures are straight up fucked up. That one in the middle is a fake fish that lives in a rock and swims around. So let's talk about some of the creatures.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's a fake fish that lives in a rock and swims around.
Fake fish lives in a rock.
Oh, I see.
That's your
I see.
description of turtles?
It's an old man who lives in a shell,
In a shell.
and
His
can
house
breathe
is hard.
underwater.
Yeah.
It can't breathe underwater. The shell is a rock,
That's what, right, 'cause-
and it's a swish and it swims around.
Okay, against me now.
I'm being a little bit combative because I'm passionate about this. I just
Yeah,
want
you
you to be.
seem mad at me.
I want you to be open to the idea that this reef situation is beautiful to throw you off guard.
Yeah.
I'll try.
That's all I'm saying. I want to get into a few of the specific creatures that live in them. Here's the big one. We're all thinking about it already. This is, of course, sharks, right?
Sharks.
Sharks are cursed creatures, obviously. They have too many teeth. They can detect tiny amounts of blood far away. They eat anything, and if they stop swimming, they die. What I would like you to consider for a second is why the ocean would make sharks. If you think about it, sharks are a warning. Come here and die. That is what the ocean is telling us with sharks. There's some other weird things in the ocean. Whales. Whales are impossible creatures. They are much too big. They sing songs, apparently.
I like
Okay.
it.
I think we have 10 minutes of it.
I'm gonna be singing that on the way home.
Earworm.
And they survive by eating what essentially is underwater dust. Something is fundamentally wrong here, and if you think about it for 3 seconds, that will become apparent. With a whale, the ocean is telling us, I am beyond your comprehension. Now, whales are part of a larger subset of mammals that I like to call the enthralled. These are aquatic dwelling creatures that actively cannot survive in the ocean without periodically leaving it to breathe. But they also can't survive on land. Their very existence is a trap. They scream, I can't live where I live.
Oh.
Really cute.
Now, all of these messages and all of these very good images are, of course, available at my website, nothankyoutheocean.com. Thank you, yes, bye.
Hold on a minute.
Could you go back one slide?
I would love to.
I find it highly doubtful that the dolphin, after saying, I can't live where I live, would put on cool sunglasses.
Not even
No,
over
Zach.
his
Yeah,
eyes.
exactly.
They're
That
not
would be
over his
the equivalent if your sunglasses only went to here.
Yes.
Yeah, those are Lennon
That's not sunglasses.
They're
I can still
aesthetic.
see his eyes.
What's the problem here?
Those are sunglasses
What?
for predators,
Okay.
not for prey
Okay,
animals.
so our main complaint is these are the wrong sunglasses to put on the
Your T-shirts will not sell, Zach. I don't know how to tell you that.
Because the
You should have
sunglasses
showed
don't-
one person this design.
Move on.
Move on. They'll get back to the thing we all agree on, buying merch at No Thank You.
All right. Something that unites us.
Thank you. That's right.
Throw that in the ocean.
Let's talk about trash, the other thing in the ocean, right? There's a ton of trash in the ocean. I'm not gonna get too deep into the Pacific garbage patch. It's out there, it's our fault, it's the size of 3 Frances. Yes, that is the size of France compared to the United States. There's also a fair amount of boat trash in the ocean. When a car breaks down, we have those big machines that like squish it into cubes and put it away. When boats break down, we don't do that. Other kinds of trash, we of course got icky plants. Every single plant in the ocean, without fail, is disgusting.
Thank you.
When they touch you, it makes you feel like you want to die. Some of them grow in forests, so you can't see what's in there, probably full of bugs. Other kinds of trash, bones. Everything that has ever died in the ocean has left its bones there. So why is it that we almost never encounter bone trash? Something is eating the bones.
Is it the sharks?
I would posit that it is a creature that is too big to subsist alone on dust like we were all told. But where's the waste from this? It would have to go somewhere. Well, I would posit that it has been right under our noses this whole time. Ground down, enhance.
Wait, what are you enhancing?
No way.
Sand.
Sand is not bone
Sand is
shit.
Bones.
No.
Bones are sand. The whales eat the bones into sand.
No way.
That's true.
Sand is bones, bones is sand. The whales eat the bones.
That's true.
Let's talk about another kind of trash. Fallen civilizations. We love to build by the coast. That's humans and property value. It's what we do. But aside from Atlantis, we don't really talk about all the cities that the ocean just straight up takes. These are just a couple examples.
What's the one on the left and the one on the right?
That's an underwater city, and that's another underwater city.
Okay, good.
And what's all around it?
That'd be the ocean all around it.
What's the white stuff on top of the picture?
That's the font with the text.
And who are you?
I'm Zach Reino. We've been friends for years.
How did I get here?
You drove me. We carpool.
Did you really?
Yes.
Are you serious?
fun.
You live together?
That's cute.
No, slow down. Yes, serious. No, we don't live
How
together.
close do you live to the ocean?
40 minutes to an hour.
And the sand is the bones?
Sand is bones, bones is sand. The whales eat the bones into sand.
Got it.
Let's talk about the last category. Horrible mysteries.
Yes.
So to date, we've charted approximately 5% of the ocean. It's sort of hard to sort of fathom these numbers, no pun intended. So let's break it down in terms of
Pun
I think we all-
taken.
Yeah. Don't say that. Pun taken.
Oh, okay. It's hard to fathom the fact. Thank you. Thank you for taking it.
Take it,
I
Paul.
took it.
So taken, so given. So let's talk about this in terms that I think will be easier to wrap our heads around. Let's talk Pokemon Ocean. Let's say that our ocean is the Kanto region. Red, blue, yellow. There's 151 Pokemon in it. We found them all. Congratulations. That's our 5%. But now I need you all to remember that our Kanto region, our ocean that we have discovered, doesn't have 151 creatures we found. It has 228,450. And if that is 5% of the ocean, it stands to reason that there are 2 million horrible wet monsters that we have not found yet.
Wow.
Now, how worried should we be about this depends on what our relationship with the ocean is, and I would posit that it is bad. So what can we do? First one's pretty obvious. We need to stop drilling for oil.
Yes.
Obvious, but I think should be said anyway. Let's just stop doing that right now. We need to stop snorkeling and going in there. Now, I know that we as humans love to put on wax wings and fly into the sun or whatever, but it's hubris in the highest form. It's a bad idea. We need to stop immediately. We need to stop laying fiber optic cable in the ocean. We are doing this a lot. Something like 98% of global internet traffic goes through these things. We've laid like 1.5 million kilometers of it so far. Best case scenario, the ocean breaks the internet. Worst case scenario, the ocean takes the internet, at which point it's just game over. And of course, stop leaving our bones where the whales can eat the bones into sand. Thank you very much.
Wow. Thank you, Zach. I don't know if I have felt more seen because I think the ocean is quite gross. I have so much reverence. I don't know how to swim.
Thank you.
I think those fish and plants are scary and they're nasty. I don't want to know about them. They don't want to know about me either. And I think it's awesome what you're doing, and I'll buy your shirts.
Thank you, Rake. Science agrees.
Thank you.
What is the deal with giant squid? Don't people think they're not real, or they think they're real?
Well, there are lots of myths of the kraken, which are giant squid-like creatures that would wreck ships for fun. I'm less concerned with the giant squid that die and wash up on shore. I'm more concerned with the giant things that kill the giant squid that then wash up on our shore.
Colossal squid.
Yeah, do you know about colossal
Yes,
squid?
there are colossal squids that also wash up dead. We've never seen one alive at the bottom of the ocean.
Right. So we don't know how long they live. We don't know what they do.
Lakes?
Yeah, lakes.
Lakes are different. Lakes are obviously allied with the ocean for obvious reasons. They have way more in common with them than they do with us. The ocean does.
Just curious your thoughts on, is water wet?
Yes, I think water is wet. I think it's one of its defining characteristics. When I get water on me, I feel wet. When I need to make something wet, water is often one of the first
But if
things
you're
I
already
turn to.
wet, could you be wet?
Oh, you mean is water itself wet?
Correct, that was the
water
question.
is wet at its core.
But it's
right?
already wet, so could it be wet?
It is wet. Can you be human?
Where do you stand on octopi being kind of like UFOs?
Yeah.
Kind of like UFOs or kind of like aliens?
Kind of like both, I guess.
I wouldn't say that they are UFOs because they are identified, not flying, and not objects. But I would say that they are similar.
Follow up to that. What say you of the idea that we're all going towards crab?
Yes.
Carcinogenesis.
I think this is more of a concern that we have to have for our children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren.
My grandchildren might be a crab.
Your grandchildren might be a crab. And I think if your grandchildren were a crab, then the battle is over.
Yes.
Once the ocean controls us, once we are crabs, then we are part of the ocean's dominion and domain.
Zach, thank you so much.